my advice to him is as he's moving up to his upcoming fight, make sure that he focus on speed, he focus on how to improve his strength and while maintaining the speed. Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength.
Okay, take a pic. Go, you take a pic.
In a powerful recent interview, boxing legend Manny Pacquiao gave an unfiltered analysis of the highly anticipated showdown between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. With decades of experience competing across both welterweight and middleweight divisions, Pacquiao offered strategic insights on how the fight might unfold and which fighter holds the edge. As fans and analysts remain divided, Pacquiao's words have sparked serious debate across the boxing world. The 8-division world champion dissected the matchup through the lens of power, speed, ring intelligence, and the psychological chess game already building between these two elite fighters.
If you were to fight, let's say Terence Crawford, what weight would you want to fight at?
147.
147 still?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think you might be watching this. This is going to make a little bit of news. Why don't you go ahead and challenge him right now?
Because my natural weight is 140, so I mean I'm just moving up to 147, so it's not to getting hard to reduce.
He says he wants to fight Canelo, maybe at 168 pounds. Did you imagine him beating Canelo at that weight?
I don't know. Let's wait.
Pacquiao didn't mince words when cautioning Crawford about the risks of jumping up 2 weight classes to face Canelo. Drawing from his own experience conquering 8 divisions, Pacquiao remarked bluntly, "It's good for Canelo." He highlighted the significant size and power advantage Alvarez possesses at 168 pounds and urged Crawford to lean heavily on his speed, agility, and refined technique. However, Pacquiao warned that even with those assets, Crawford could struggle to absorb the kind of heavy shots that naturally bigger fighters deliver. He emphasized that success at this level will demand not only elite conditioning and sharp footwork, but a disciplined game plan and unshakable ring IQ. In Pacquiao's eyes, this is one of the steepest challenges Crawford has ever faced, a career-defining gamble with legacy-altering stakes.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
I asked this because you did it with Margarito. You went to 54, and people were like, "Oh my God, this guy's so big, Margarito!" But your speed made the difference in that fight. Well, what advice would you give a smaller guy like Crawford to fight someone like Canelo, who's a lot bigger and stronger?
You know, preparing like that opponents, like is not only the speed, but you know the techniques that you can use in the fight. Like make sure that in your daily routine, training routine, like that, make sure that all the techniques, strategy, combination, like you know, it's accurate to your opponent's style. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you have a exam, a math exam tomorrow, you have to review right now a math subject. You don't need to review English subject or a science subject. You have to review math subject because tomorrow you're going to have a exam. You're going to exam a math subject.
That's a hard exam.
The historic bout is set for September 13, 2025, in Las Vegas. Terence Crawford will move up 2 full weight classes to challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight championship. The fight will unify the WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, the Ring, and TBRB titles, and it will stream live on Netflix. Currently undefeated at 41-0 with 31 knockouts, Crawford has already taken down elite names like Errol Spence Jr. and Israil Madrimov. A win here would make him the first male fighter in the 4-belt era to become undisputed champion in 3 separate weight divisions, a feat that would cement his legacy in boxing history.
You've accepted this fight now, but in the previous years you said it doesn't interest you because you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he were to beat you, how damaging would that be to the Canelo brand?
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
It's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on the real match.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
Canelo Alvarez remains a dominant force in the super middleweight division, entering this bout with a stellar record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, including 39 knockouts. Over the course of his career, he has claimed titles in 4 different weight classes: super middleweight, middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight. In 2021, Alvarez made history by defeating Caleb Plant to become the first undisputed super middleweight champion. His vast experience, championship pedigree, and natural size advantage make him a formidable challenge for any opponent stepping into the ring.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, look what happened in the 3rd round. I got hit with a left hook. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves, because I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing, you know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt, but it's about how you come back and respond.
Boxing great Juan Manuel Marquez expressed serious concern about Crawford's leap into the super middleweight division to face Canelo. While he praised Crawford's brilliance and success across 4 divisions, he questioned the wisdom of jumping 2 weight classes against a physically dominant fighter. Marquez pointed out Crawford's comparatively modest power at 154 pounds and warned that adding bulk could hinder his trademark fluidity. Unless Crawford has made sudden and significant strength gains, Marquez believes Canelo's natural size at 168 will be a decisive factor. While he respects Crawford's defensive craft and sharp combinations, Marquez emphasized that weight classes exist for a reason, labeling this move as a potentially reckless break from sound boxing fundamentals.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrigal.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. 2 more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Roy Jones Jr., another boxing legend, offered a nuanced take on the matchup, arguing that it won't be decided by Crawford's move up in weight but rather by how Canelo approaches the fight. Speaking to The Ring magazine earlier this year, Jones stated that if Canelo performs to his potential, he should win. But if he's off his game, Crawford has all the tools to capitalize. He emphasized that for Crawford to win, he must control the center of the ring and apply intelligent pressure. In a follow-up interview in June, Jones doubled down, weight doesn't matter. What counts is whether Crawford can take Canelo's power. He warned that running from a bigger opponent only boosts their confidence, calling that strategy stupid. For Jones, the fight will come down to a cerebral battle where timing, precision, and mental discipline will determine who comes out on top. It's as much a battle of minds as it is of fists.
I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is gonna always follow.
Terence is not taking a fight in between. He's like, I'm going to move up to 168. I'm going to take my time with that. Should we expect an upset, or are we going to see what most people are expecting in that fight if it does happen?
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting, that's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart, Canelo's too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see. We're going to see a chess match, and a chess match that, if it's played correctly by each side, it could be very interesting. If it's played wrong by either side, the other side will dominate. That's how good this fight is.
Let's say if Canelo wins, do you think people give Canelo credit because Bud is smaller? And if Bud wins, should he just retire and go on the sunset?
Bud definitely should retire if he wins. Canelo, no, you have unfinished business, bro. You can try to hide, you can try to run, but that monster thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. Even if you retire the rest of your career, the monster thing is not going anywhere because the monster was searching for you. He beat everything y'all sent at him in the process of trying to get to you. I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is gonna always follow.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was a time where he was saying, Benavidez was saying, you know what, I gotta earn that Canelo shot. He earned that shot a long time ago.
Legendary boxing commentator Jim Lampley slightly favors Canelo Alvarez in this blockbuster matchup but stresses that Terence Crawford's elite skill set cannot be overlooked. Lampley points to Canelo's remarkable growth, evolving from early setbacks against Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol to becoming one of the sport's most effective counterpunchers. He highlights Canelo's enhanced defensive timing and core strength, developed through unconventional training methods like horseback riding. At the same time, Lampley holds Crawford in high regard, comparing his adaptability and offensive defense versatility to a modern-day Sugar Ray Robinson. Crawford's ability to switch stances and apply pressure with ruthless precision, he notes, makes him a formidable opponent.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
During an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Lampley dissected the clash between size and skill in the Crawford vs. Canelo bout. He acknowledged Canelo's clear physical advantages but argued that Crawford can overcome them if he delivers a near-flawless performance. This would involve fluidly switching between orthodox and southpaw, controlling the tempo, exploiting angles, and staying off the center line. According to Lampley, Crawford must execute a masterclass in movement and tactics to tip the scales.
Uses strength and conditioning. There's very few fighters that just train using skill, just train skills. Like George St. Pierre did that for a certain period of his career.
I wonder if there's anybody left in boxing who trains just using the gym skills. There were a lot of them when I was first involved in the sport who would never have touched a weight.
Right.
You know, they subscribed totally to the notion that that was negative.
Right, and the worst case, I mean, they definitely did calisthenics, but that was it. It was just bodyweight exercises, you know. Which brings us to Crawford, which I think is really interesting. The Crawford-Canelo fight.
Beyond interesting. Fascinating.
Fascinating. Because how does Crawford compete with that size? And, you know, we have to recognize, okay, well, when Canelo fought Floyd, it was 152 pounds, right? So he had dropped down, which was a struggle for him, which is why Floyd was so brilliant in getting him to go down to 152, because he knew he would be drained.
52 or 54?
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult also weighed in, offering a more skeptical view of Crawford's chances. While recognizing Crawford's immense talent, he suggested that Bud would need 3 times his current level of experience to truly handle a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Showbiz emphasized the stark contrast in the types of opponents each man has faced, especially the grueling physical battles Canelo has endured at higher weight classes, which remain uncharted territory for Crawford.
If he were to accomplish that and beat Canelo Alvarez, become 3-time undisputed? Is that top 10 greatest fighter to ever live? Like, that is incredible. Like, I don't think it's not like just becoming 3-time undisputed. You did that on your way. You beat destroyed Errol Spence, and then if you were to beat Canelo Alvarez, that is, brother. Does Crawford put up a better fight against Canelo than Charlo?
Hold on.
I'm saying coming from one, that is shameful.
No, let's go to Super Chat. Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford?
Yeah. Got Canelo. Spaceman, that's my guy, though, man. That's the one I'm showing up.
I ain't doing this friendly. It's my show, damn it.
You're right.
I mean, me and show. It's still me and
brother, I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. And
you was back further than me.
Yeah.
I wasn't back that far, but you was back further.
Damn, I saw what you in all the way up there?
Yeah, I was in the nosebleed. I was like,
nah, you get money.
But I'm.
He was confident.
But I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches.
That's the only thing I want.
So how can you, a man coming from 147, I know he's a great man. Crawford is a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody can do better than Charlo did last night.
On the other side of the debate, former undefeated champion Andre Ward is all in on Crawford. Ward has made it clear, if he were betting, he'd put everything on Bud. While acknowledging the size disadvantage, Ward believes Crawford's supreme mental strength and fight IQ give him the edge. "I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against anybody," he said. For Ward, someone still has to prove they can break Crawford's will, and until then, he remains confident in Crawford's ability to overcome any challenge, including Canelo Alvarez.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Terence Crawford himself describes the upcoming showdown as the most important opportunity of his career, possibly the biggest boxing event in the last 20 years. Recognizing Canelo as the current face of boxing, Crawford is determined to make this fight monumental, not for money, but for legacy. With laser focus and full confidence, he sees the leap to 168 pounds as a historic move that could make him the first male boxer to become undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes during the 4-belt era. It's a statement of ambition, not just a challenge.
TV with Terence Crawford. What do you make of Canelo versus Skull?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight is going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
What did you make of, I know you didn't say much on tonight, the effectiveness of William Skull? He came to go to decision as opposed to win the fight. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just moving a lot.
Do you think that's style you're going to point to the fight?
I don't know, because if you watch the styles that beat him, they didn't move a lot.
In recent conversations, Crawford reflected on a fight that never materialized, one with Manny Pacquiao. He recalled how his 2015 dismantling of Pacquiao's sparring partner, Deary Jean, seemed to position him for a showdown at 140 pounds. But after that dominant performance, Crawford claims, Pacquiao disappeared. He speculates that his performance may have made Pacquiao reconsider. Still, while acknowledging Pacquiao's legendary status as an 8-division champion, Crawford believes his own accomplishments stand tall in their own right, and his focus now lies solely on current goals.
I don't got Manny Pacquiao top 5.
You don't?
Why he's not up there. You should know that read now.
It's your interview.
Man, Manny's a generational, talented fighter. Like, he's accomplished what no other fighter is ever going to accomplish. Again, you know, but I don't feel like, you know, he did it on his own. That's me personally, because for the simple fact, when Floyd made it a point for him to do the blood test, he didn't want to do the blood test. But then when he did do the blood test, he haven't got a knockout since.
Power and experience? Or will Alvarez's size, strength, and big fight pedigree prevail? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.